Today we will start with periodic table lesson 5. The first concept is chemical reactivity. Now what is basically chemical reactivity? Now in case of metals, what happens? Greater the tendency to lose electrons, greater is the reactivity in case of metals. And in case of non-metals, what happens? Greater the tendency to gain electron, greater is the reactivity in case of non-metals. Now what happens to chemical reactivity along a period? It decreases first and then increases. And down a group, in case of metal, chemical reactivity first increases, and in case of non-metal, chemical reactivity decreases. Next is ionization energy or ionization potential. The energy, now this is the ionization energy, the energy required to remove an electron from a neutral isolated gaseous atom and convert it into a positively charged gaseous ion, that is ionization energy. Its unit is electron volts per atom, and in SI unit we can say kilojoule per mole. Now ionization energy depends on two factors. One is atomic size, denoted by the letter X, and another one is nuclear charge, denoted by the letter Z. Now when we increase X, that means the atomic size when increases, ionization energy decreases, and when Z increases, that means nuclear charge increases. Now what is basically nuclear charge? Nuclear charge is the amount of proton charge within the nucleus, or we can say the number of protons within the nucleus. If it is more, then the nuclear charge will be more, and if the number of protons within the nucleus, if it is less, then the nuclear charge will be less. So if Z is more, that means the nuclear charge is more, then ionization energy will be more. Across the period, ionization energy increases. Down a group, ionization energy decreases. And helium having the highest ionization energy, and cesium having the lowest ionization energy. Next concept is electron affinity. The amount of energy, now this is the energy. The amount of energy released, now this is released while converting a neutral gaseous isolated atom into a negatively charged gaseous ion by the addition of electron. That is basically electron affinity. Unit is electron volt per atom or kilojoule per mole, and electron affinity is always negative. Here we have an example: chlorine, a gas, plus electron, we have chlorine ion, and we have 349 kilojoule per mole. Electron affinity of fluorine will be minus 349 kilojoule per mole. This is very, very important. The unit is always minus. The next concept is electronegativity. What is electronegativity? The tendency of an atom in a molecule to attract the shared pair of electrons towards itself is called electronegativity. It's a dimensionless property. According to Linus Pauling in the year 1932, highest electronegativity is fluorine, that means 4, and lowest electronegativity is cesium, that is 0.7. Thank you. Now we have the last part of lesson 5, periodic table. Here we have to know two things. One is atomic number, represented by the letter Z, and mass number, represented by the letter A. Now these Z and A, these are universally accepted letters. Z representing atomic number and A representing mass number. Now what is atomic number? The atomic number of an element is equal to the number of proton within the nucleus. That means atomic number will be equal to P. And always P is equal to E. That means number of electrons outside the nucleus. And what is mass number? The mass number of an element is the sum of the number of protons and neutrons within the nucleus of an atom of an element. So mass number will be equal to P plus N. P stands for proton, N stands for neutron, and E stands for electron. Now here we have all the elements, the symbols are there, starting from H, that means hydrogen, to Ca, that is calcium, from 1 to 20. Now here we have the atomic number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 and 20. Now, there's a very simple formula. Now, in case of atomic number, when it's even, that means 2, 6, 4, 8, like that. There are some exceptions. Now, here, atomic number 2, that means even, it will be just double. The mass number will be just double. So 2 double is 4. So in case of helium, atomic number is 2, mass number is 4. Now beryllium is an exception. Now we are coming to carbon. 6 double is 12. Here we have oxygen. 8 double is 16. Now we have oxygen. Then we have fluorine. Okay. Then we have neon. Neon is 10, double is 20. Then we have magnesium. 12, double is 24. Silicon. 14, double is 28. Then we have sulfur. 16, double is 32. Now argon is an exception, and we have calcium. 20, double is 40. And in case of when the atomic number is odd, that means 1, 3, 5, like that. Now it will be double plus 1. Double plus 1. Hydrogen, the first one is an exception. Now lithium, 3 into 2 plus 1, that's 7. Okay, then we have boron, 5 into 2 plus 1, that's 11. Now nitrogen is an exception. Now we have fluorine, 9 into 2 plus 1, that means 19. Now we have sodium, 11 into 2 plus 1, that's 23. We have aluminium, 13 into 2 plus 1, that's 27. We have phosphorus, 15 and 31, double plus 1. Now we have chlorine, double plus 1. 17 is the atomic number and 35 is the mass number. And here we have potassium, 19 and 39, double plus 1. So there are 4 exceptions. One is hydrogen. In case of hydrogen, the mass number will be 1. The mass number will be 1, that you have to remember. In case of beryllium, it will be 9. In case of beryllium, it will be 9. In case of nitrogen, it's 14. And last is argon. In case of argon, it's 40. Okay. Now we are ending lesson 5, and next day we will start with lesson 6, and that's the last lesson of periodic table. Okay.